Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest, and today I am checking out from CoverGirl the Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence. Retails for $21.49 for 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliters of product. We are going where few humans have gone before. We just leapfrogged right into the $20 plus range at the drugstore. No fear, no shame. $21.49. We're just going for it. Comes in 8 different shades. I've got it in the lightest shade, Fair. Let's take a look at what they claim. Now, before I get into this, this is one of those that has the little, oh, is it going to focus? Can you tell those little microsphere thingies in there? Don't mind my nub. I was emptying out my storage unit yesterday, moving boxes and heavy things, and I busted my nail right off. Look at my nub. It's just a nub. Anyway, everything's fine. Everything's fine. First world problems. So, I mean, these little balls in here. Yes, my inner 12-year-old is giggling. I haven't had great luck with products like these. Like this, it kind of looks like a dupe for a Chanel. I don't think I've tried the Chanel one. I did try the Jane Iredale one, and it was gross on me. But anyway, let's take a look at what they say about the CoverGirl one. It is cruelty-free and vegan. This is a vegan skincare makeup hybrid formulated with 0.5% bakuchiol, a plant-based retinol alternative perfect for sensitive skin. The skin plumping formula reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and increases skin firmness. I'm a fan of bakuchiol. In fact, I'm actually considering dropping off of my Curology prescription, my tretinoin, for a little while to just roll with some bakuchiol and see what happens. I can't blame them for having a $21 price point. Bakuchiol is not cheap. I know this because I make a face cream with bakuchiol in it. It's not a cheap ingredient. It can be fairly expensive. But bakuchiol has a ton of promise in its early research as basically a competitor to retinols. So if you are a person that gets irritation and redness and peeling from even over-the-counter retinols, try a bakuchiol product because it's showing a lot of the same abilities in terms of anti-aging properties, maintaining plumpness, firmness of the skin, collagen, etc., without the irritation. So now one thing that they mention about this product in particular is that you can wear it alone or as a primer to your foundation. So I'm wondering if that is to say that it's not really a coverage product. I'm gonna find out. I try to avoid reading reviews or watching videos about foundations before I review them myself because I don't want to be influenced by what other people have already said about a product. So let's take a look at what shade Fair looks like swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. First up is today's foundation from CoverGirl, the Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence in shade Fair. Second, I've got from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third up is MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. And last, I've got from Wet n Wild, the Tinted Hydrator in Fair. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 49-year-old face. I have not primed because normally I prime with my bakuchiol cream and I don't want to like bakuchiol overload here. But I did use that as my top moisturizer when I did my skincare earlier. Let's take a look at, oh, I need my little butterfly. Let's take a look at the consistency here. Now, in the instructions, they recommend that you apply with fingertips or a brush so that you can activate the little globules in here. Yeah, this reminds me of the previous ones I've used. Oh, please don't be slimy. Let's do fingertips on. Oh, yeah. See that? There's... Interesting. Yeah, you definitely need to kind of rub this stuff to get it going. Because otherwise, it's going to look like that globulized mess. This feels like a serum, really. It had a little color to it, but not a lot, really. And as I blend it out, I feel like it doesn't have a ton of color, which is probably why they only need 8 shades of it. Oh, it dries down totally, though. Yeah, it's drying down pretty quickly. I don't think I got my nose. Oh, I don't know if I can handle the texture. If you have sensory issues with, like, the feeling of things, the texture of things, these just feel gross. Now, I don't really have sensory issues. I will notice texture, but like right now, it feels gross, but I don't want to say it bothers me. It doesn't bother me per se. It just might not be something that I volunteer to experience on a regular basis. I feel like the fair shade might be a little too fair for me, but because it's not really a coverage product, I can probably get away with it, which is probably why they don't need many shades. It's going into my polka dot pores on my nose just a little bit. Yeah, this isn't really a coverage product. It's a tint. Like I am tinted, and maybe it evens out redness a smidge, but I would not call it a coverage product. There's enough coverage that I can tell I missed my hairline up here. So, I mean, take that for whatever that's worth. This is the part of my hair that is, it like disappears and then it grows back and then it disappears and it grows back. I don't even know what it means. What does it mean? All right, let's try the brush, but I have a feeling fingertips are going to be the way to go with this puppy. I don't know. I love CoverGirl, but this type of a product just might not be my jam. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if I could get myself geared up to like voluntarily put this on my face every day. I'm doing it today because I'm doing it for science, y'all. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for science. But I don't know if I could make myself do this to myself every day. Actually, it does seem to blend out okay with a brush. And it's not as gross because I don't feel it on my hand, you know? I don't feel the bursting of the little micro globules. And I do think it has a little bit more of a tint with the brush. Does it? Maybe. Maybe it does. All right, I'm gonna go with brush because it's less gross. It's actually a lot less gross feeling with the brush. There's just something about feeling it. I don't know. You like that? My kitten scratched me. She actually was trying to lay down on my chest and she did a somersault and scratched me with her back legs as she flipped over. 'Cause she's clumsy, like her mom. Her human mom. That's me. Okay, this does have a little, I don't want to use the word coverage, but it's evening out. Like I have some discoloration on my neck. Can we get these sunspots a little bit more hidden? I don't know. Let's try. Let's try. Yeah, you're not picking this for coverage. It evens things out a little bit though, so I definitely see that this would be a nice no makeup kind of a thing. All right, that's how much I used. I had put 2 pumps on there. Oh, that looks disgusting. It just looks so gross. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop saying that. Let's keep a positive outlook, an open mind, shall we? It dries down to, how would I describe this? I can tell I put something on my face because I did, but barely can feel anything really. And let me zoom you guys in so you can see what it looks like on the skin. It is definitely a your skin but better kind of a thing, but I do believe it is giving me a little bit of blurring of texture, little bit of, actually a decent amount of hiding my pores, except on my nose. It is clinging a little bit to my pores on my nose, but my nose is a very typically troublesome area, so, you know, a product that looks good on my nose is actually like bonus points, you know? Otherwise, it's just what I would consider normal. I do think this shade is a smidge too light for me, but since there were only 8 shades, I assumed I was going to be the lightest. I am typically the dark end of fair or the very lightest end of light, depending how many shades are available in a thing, but of course, who am I fooling, really? I mean, maybe it matches perfectly. We're in the dead of winter now, and I need to just accept that I'm back to my Casper the Friendly Ghost. That's me. That's me. That's your girl here. All right, I'm gonna roll with this. We're gonna roll with this. What time is it? It is 2:38 p.m. Let me go put the rest of my face on. I will be right back. Back with the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Essence. I would say, I had no trouble blending, anything like that. I would say that this is not a matte and it's not a dewy finish. It doesn't really modify the finish of your skin at all, so I felt like I wanted a little bit of something to introduce some dewiness to my face. So what I've got going on otherwise, my blush is the Mob Beauty Clay Blush. It's beautiful. M72 is the shade. I would have never, ever thought that this was a good shade for me, but I really like it. So here's to trying new things, because, you know, you might just enjoy something new. I'm wearing the new Physicians Formula. I stayed in the bronzer area. It is a blush and a bronzer. What do they call it? I need Sherlock to help me. It's the new one, Healthy Glow, the Muru Butter. I can't say that. Bronzer and blush. And so I wore that as bronzer, but here's where the dewy part comes in. This was a holiday version, so they have this in full size, but I have the mini. This is the Jones Road. I'm gonna forget the name of it again. It's the Miracle Balm, which I love, in Happy Hour. So it does have some glitter in it. There's some sparkle. I was just about to put this up like as if that's gonna help you. What? Sometimes my brain misfires. I really need a sandwich. I'm starving. So I wanted the dew of the Miracle Balm, and I never mind having glitter because I love glitter. So that's what's going on here. Happy Hour is the shade, I guess you'd call it. Yeah, shade, because my other Miracle Balms are over there, and they have shade names, and they're different colors. So that one is Happy Hour. On my eyes, if you missed it, go back to Monday's video because it's another Aldi eyeshadow palette, yet another dupe for an Urban Decay palette. This is the smoky one. And I'm also wearing the Urban Decay 24/7 waterline pencil. I did liner. This is the new Physicians Formula super slim version of their liquid liner, which I love the other one as well. So like this one is even better. And my mascara is the Color Street Tri-Flex Mascara. My lower lash line is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Zero Smudge Mascara. My lip is very excited. I talked about this on Monday. If you didn't catch Monday's video, Lawless has come out with a cherry vanilla flavor of both their lip balm and their Forget the Filler lip gloss. And they now have a queen size. I love that name. Holy cow. What genius over there. Like, yes, 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 queen. Yes, queen size. Has almost double the amount of product in there. Thank you, Lawless. They did send me these in PR. I'm having massive flashbacks to my childhood, and cherry is one of my favorite flavors, scents. It's just, I love cherry, and I love vanilla too. So, like, this is straight back to some nostalgic thing in my childhood. I can't put my finger on it. Let me know if you know what cherry scent would be triggering happy childhood feelings in my heart right now, because that's what's happening, and I'm very excited about it. I'm very happy. So I'm wearing their lip liner. I set it down here so I could show you, and I already can't find it. You don't want to see the mess that's on this. This vanity is a hot mess. Anyway, I'll show you a different color of it so that you can see the pencil. It's not this color though, because I don't know what I did with it. I'm wearing Rosewood in the Forget the Filler lip liner pencil from Lawless. And yes, good call. That brilliant naming. Bravo. Brilliant choice of flavor, scent. I mean, I don't really taste it. Like, I don't lick it or anything. But I smell it and it's amazing. Anyway, is that all my makeup? Is that everything I'm wearing? Oh, Jones Road Clear Brow Gel. Okay, I have a question. So I have bangs now, as you see. So I did bronzer, right? But, like, if you have bangs, do you still do bronzer? Because I'm thinking, like, what if I got caught in a rainstorm and ended up pushing all my hair back or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I didn't wear it as bangs and I pushed it out of my face? Then I wouldn't have bronzer and I would look weird. But what's the point of having bronzer if my... Because this is, like, a lot of bangs. Like, this stays down most of the time, right? I don't know. It's been a while since I had bangs. Yeah. Okay. I need a sandwich. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go get a sandwich. I'll give you guys a daylight check-in, and the only issue I'm having is the polka dot pores on my nose. That's really the only thing that's like, Arsh! But we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. I'll give you a daylight check-in in a bit. We have a little sunshine for the moment, and I think, did I read that by the end of January, at least in the US, I don't know if this ends up being true everywhere, it's probably different timing, by the end of January, we will have the sun setting after, now I can't remember, was it 7 p.m.? I don't remember now. Well, that was a waste of time to share a fact that I don't even remember, but whatever the answer was, I was very excited to be gaining that much daylight in the month of January because all I want is for winter to be over. I know, it just started. I know. I don't like winter. And it's supposed to be cold. It's going to be a cold one. I'm going to stop talking about it now. It's making me sad. I'm going to be happy that today is one of the last decently nice days outside. Like, what's the temperature right now? Let me look. It's 50 degrees. Oh, it's probably the last 50 we're going to see this year. I mean, this season. I'm going to go outside right now. And I'll give you a daylight check-in, then I'll come back tonight and give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, it's only about 4 o'clock, but I figure we'll get this daylight check-in while we've got some nice daylight. I'm going to be able to step into the sun in a second. Here is the shade match situation. I usually go a shade darker than this, so... But I mean, if I was actually trying to like directly match myself, it's probably fine. But all right, let me step into sunlight. Can I get it? Oh, there it is. Whew. Look at that poppin' highlight. I love this stuff. That's the Miracle Balm in happy hour. All right, so there's the full-on sunlight. This is a very nice. I could see wearing this as either a primer or just on its own. I think it does look quite nice. Can't lie. I think it looks quite nice. There you have it. That's the daylight. I'll be back tonight. We'll see how it goes. 12:09 a.m. I think that puts us right around the 10-hour mark. Let's take a look at how the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Essence held up. Feels great, super lightweight. I think it's hydrating. I love the bakuchiol in it just because reasons. Bakuchiol is fantastic. It's not a ton of coverage. The polka dot pores on my nose never went away. They're still quite there. It did move around a little bit on my chin. It did settle a little bit into my deeper lines, not into my less deep lines. Let's zoom in so you can see how this has all gone. Blush, bronzer, and highlight are still intact, so if you do want to wear this on its own, like I did today, I feel like it serves as a perfectly good base for other makeup. I did have to blow my nose a bunch today. What else is new? So ignore what's missing around my nostrils. But as you can see, on the bridge of my nose, there's a whole lot of polka dot pores going on. My chin is a little bit gunky. Is that a word? But it didn't settle anywhere else, really. It didn't get into the texture in between my eyebrows. My forehead actually looks quite good. So, not a terrible degradation over time. It's fairly graceful in the way it degrades. I think this probably is about as long of a life as it's got in it. I might prefer it more as a primer because it does feel really nice on the skin if you can get past the sensation of applying it. It's not going to be for those that have sensory issues. It's really just these kinds of products just are not. There's something. If I had to give a grade to the CoverGirl Skin Perfecting Essence, I'm going to give it a B. I like it. I'm not including the texture sensory thing at all in the grading because that's not going to be a universal thing for everyone. But I will point out, if you have sensory issues, it feels weird. Yeah, I think it's the polka dot pores are pretty bad, and I wish it didn't really move around. It only moved around a little, but it moved around a little, and so that's what takes it down from being an A, but it feels really good. It's got great skincare ingredients and everything. Blush, bronzer, highlight stayed put. So that's what puts it above a C. So there you go. There's my rationale. Giving it a B. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. If you like foundation reviews, if you had fun with this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Comment. What should I pick up next? I got a gift card for Sephora burning a hole in my pocket. I need some ideas, please, because I actually looked on their websites and couldn't decide. I couldn't find anything that I wanted to... I couldn't find anything. Like, what? Oh, want a little story time here? If you already signed out, you're going to miss my story. I missed hitting Rouge in 2023 by $61, and typically Sephora sends you emails at the end of the year telling you how far away you are from continuing to carry your status to the next year. I never got any emails like that, so I, in my head, was just assuming I already hit it for next year. Nope. $61. I would have bought anything, because now I'm not going to get to shop in the Rouge Early Access. Like, $61. I am mad. They lost out on a $61 sale, which probably would have been even more because who can only just spend $61 at Sephora? And they lost out on more money for me because now I'm just going to continue to go elsewhere because I'm not really getting a big discount with Rouge anyway. I'm mad. They didn't send that email out this year. Well, that's that. At least some of the high-end brands are moving over to Ulta. I prefer their rewards anyway, but yeah. Anyway, that's my Sephora story for the day. How'd you guys do? Did you hit Rouge again? I'm sure you did. Let me live vicariously through you. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. Let's do this again. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. Catch up with me on Patreon, get some behind the scenes action. Go follow me on my Facebook page. It is revived. I am going to hopefully keep it living for a little while and like be there more often and post more stuff. And as always, I appreciate your time and I hope everybody has... Wow, see? I'm distracted. I hope you all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.